Now officially welcome to tonight's webinar. Let me quickly know if the sound is fine, especially my beautiful voice, while saying welcome on behalf of my buddy Carsten. Both of us from Dubai. Today is November 5th, 2021, and we have prepared all the updates from the very first Zeniq/Sapphire 3 days, or basically 4 days event here in Dubai, which is now 2 weeks ago. And we did this already for the German community, German-speaking community, and we faced a huge challenge because the webinar took so long. And the next challenge is I've been yesterday to the office for a big tokenization project. And again, the input I got there, I have to really discipline myself to not talk too much. I'm so excited. It's super cool. And one more time, welcome to the webinar. Let me quickly hand over to Carsten to see that the voice does work from him as well. We will do the webinar together. We will do it in an interview style, while Carsten also will take care of the chat. So we try to keep it open for you, but please put, in case you have a certain question, on the topic you see, which is Zeniq, and we will do right after, without leaving the room, the Sapphire updates. But in the recorded version, we will separate it so you can make use of it for the certain groups. Carsten, how is the sound from your end? Please let me know.
That sounds perfectly fine from my side. Happy good evening, happy Diwali for everybody who's celebrating this. Can you hear me also good?
Wonderful, Carsten. Yes, I already left some greetings, but you reminded me to do it again. We have many people from our beautiful India community on it. So you are, I guess, still in celebrating mode. But without further delay, let's start right into it. Giving you a quick background information. Carsten and I have been invited to this event because we are representing a company from India called QuickX, a blockchain tech company, which is in talks right now in order to see there are potential partnerships possible, coin listings back and forward. That's how we got invited. That's how we got excited. And that's why we are able to give all the people who could not attend. You have to understand this, this event was easily sold out with 10,000 people, but due to the Corona rules, there was only 400 possible, and some from our India community made it even happening to sneak somehow inside the room. So at the end of the day, it was 500 people. The next one will for sure a 5-figure number. And yeah, that's again the topics. We start with Zeniq, with the updates, because everything is based on the product, on the tech, on the tokenization, on everything related to the theme. And then we will do another webinar right after talking about Sapphire. And please make a note, ladies and gentlemen, on this coming Sunday, which is basically day after tomorrow, we will meet again because it is growing so fast. And the good news is that we are, if I'm just talking about Carsten and me, altogether more than 60 years in this industry. So we put together a strategy, a smart way to make use of the product in cooperation with the benefit plan of Sapphire. And we will show you on Sunday a way how to make it to diamond, how to make it to a $250,000 income within few weeks, few months only, depending part-time, full-time, and so on. So I strongly suggest to make a note. This Sunday, it will happen on 3 p.m. Dubai time, which is 12 noon, more or less all over Europe, which is 4:30 India, which is 9 p.m. Australia. Let me also say hello to our Australia community. So that's why we are doing it in this time zone, to catch as many as we can. Say hello to Arizona, USA, and to each and everybody who's connected from all over the globe. And we are going to start with Zeniq, like said. And this picture I took on the day 4, where the first people who qualified being under the top 100 and have ordered their Zeniq hub before the month of October, they already got it handed over with their first education on how to make use of it. And within the month of November, mostly everybody who ordered till October will receive. You will get an email, you will get a pop-up in Sapphire asking you for the shipping address, asking you for paying the certain shipping costs, of course, as this is a net price, obviously, by handing it over all over the globe. And now we are really on track to deliver this beautiful hardware all over the place. And honestly speaking, first time on this event, I really understood why it is a must-have. Everybody needs to have it. Everyone is always only talking about the minting process and how many coins I do get per day, but it is so much more behind, which we will discover during this event. And the event started with all the management from local partners in Dubai, as well the CEO and the CTO of Zeniq, talking about the review, some facts, some figures, and of course, the white paper in a way never seen before. And you will see me talking, not speaking native English, quite fast, just to make sure that within the next 90 minutes, we can get both topics covered while keeping the chat open. And it started, of course, to make people understand that we are focusing on 97% of the world population, which are people who are about to enter the crypto space, because only 3% are in. So we are targeting all the 97 to make it more easy, more convenient, and more powerful than ever seen before. Interesting to see when it comes to the crypto space, that when it started in 2010, 2009, basically with Bitcoin, a few weeks after, the first other coins get into place. And as of now, by February, it's already more than 4,000, which are listed. The gray number behind is probably a big 5-figure number if we talk about all the shitty coins, I hope you don't mind, which are out there as well. Let's talk about the company. And I liked it so much, and I know Carsten and all the others who could attend, how open, how transparent the company was, giving a full picture on how this all started, why there is Zeniq, why there is Safir. And it started all basically in 2017, 2018 in Austria with the CEO, Mr. Erwin Doctor, who's a very famous sportsman, gold medalist and world champion, and a big economic guy as well. He was basically the founder of the brand Ironman, which he was bringing to the Middle East years ago. That's why the connection to the royal family is that big. And it happened that this guy has basically from the kindergarten a friend who became one of the biggest genius when it comes to blockchain technology. A guy who is 10 years plus already programming on behalf of the biggest parties when it comes to blockchain exchanges and everything related to crypto. And he came up saying, listen, Erwin, I'm able to put a blockchain together, a system together, which was never seen before, which can basically cooperate with all existing blockchains, will do transactions with the speed of light, 50,000 per second. If you compare this with Bitcoin, who can do 7/8, or Ethereum, few more, we are talking about 50,000 per day, and so on and so forth. Let's put this together. And that made Erwin to become really interested, to say, yeah, let's do something. This is really the world is looking for. And if we can make it happen, to have a connection between the fiat world, the dollar, dirham, euro, whatever world, to the crypto world, it will be absolutely outstanding. And then we need a hardware hub. We need something which was never seen before. We want to have a terminal for each and everybody being able to become again the owner of their assets, which means the only owner of crypto and fiat, which you are not if you hold your cryptos in a certain exchange such as Binance, which you are not if you hold your funds in a certain bank, because you always have the power to move funds, but you are not the real owner. It's very important to understand. So that became the headline of Zeniq. 2019, they developed it fully. They started it. They made the first prototype of the hub, and they put millions of dollars into the building of the same, and basically they run out of money. So the next step was to look for cooperation, for investors, for also a party who can take care to bring this tech to the world. And this is also very important for you, dear partners, to understand that this was not an idea to say, hey, let's build an affiliate, let's build a network company, and let's see what kind of product we can put on it. No, the idea was this hub, this exchange, this blockchain technology, this tokenization opportunity. And then they know to become the fastest decentralized blockchain, we need to be fast with building a huge community. And there is no better way to do it by market making, by affiliate, or call it network marketing, it doesn't matter. And in 2020, they teamed up with a company in Switzerland called Jubilees or Jewels, something like that, but they couldn't deliver. And this is also very transparent set to the people. So that made them going to Dubai, making their contacts alive, which they have built, made corporations with no one less than a member of the royal family, who became an investor, a shareholder, and a spokesperson here in the UAE, which now becomes so much bigger. And probably on Sunday I go into more details, which I just heard about yesterday. It's out of this world, ladies and gentlemen. So that made the moment to found the company Zafir, who is the world exclusive partner to distribute the hardware, because that's what we are doing, nothing else. We are not a financial institution. We are not selling coins, token trading, arbitrage. No, we are selling hardware, which happens to be also able to mint the Zeniq coin. 2021, everything was placed in Dubai, and the game changer is getting traction, as it is said here. Because when they started with Zafir, basically end of 2020, the real people who understood get aboard on February, March, April, May this year only. So we are starting as talking about a first mover scenario. And like May 24th, 2021, the Zeniq Technologies was founded here in DIFC. You can check this all online. The office is beautiful. We have now 80 full-time employees plus several subcontractors who are building on this ecosystem. And talking about Zeniq, what it is really it's very important to understand. Zeniq is a research and a development company for blockchain-based infrastructure. So it's a tech company. That's very important to understand. We are not the next token, coin, staking stuff there, not at all. The value proposition of Zeniq is first to develop a decentralized finance hardware and software, plus building the most safest and sustainable and compliant DeFi environment. And on the third pillar, it's a sustainable ecosystem for value add blockchain solution, in-house, open source, and this all leads to a chance to tokenize each and everything people can even imagine. And the first product and the core product, and this is what I told you in the beginning, I first time understood, and after this slide I will hand over to Carsten, because he's so much more into the crypto topic and will probably emphasize one more time why it is absolutely a must-have for each and everybody, beside all the minting hubs. We are the in-house minters. We have so many who are owning farms worth 50,000, 100,000, up to 300,000 euro. But each and everyone at least should have one of those hardware devices. What do you get by having this in hand? It is your terminal. It is your portal for everything in regards to crypto and fiat. So you have the chance here, due to the virtual IBAN or IBAN, which is only possible having this device, to send from the device also euro, dirham, yen, dollar, whatever it counts for you, out to the regular, regulated, traditional finance world. You need to have this device to do so. Plus, on top, you have the most safest cold wallet, because basically this device owns two Linux processors. One is always connected to the internet, the other one will never be connected to the internet, which means it keeps your crypto 100% safe at home. It is on top holding our decentralized blockchain exchange. So on the device itself, you swap from crypto to fiat, back and forward, and of course all the pairs inside the crypto space. Then most exciting is each device holds the full Zeniq masternode, being a part of our decentralized ecosystem. Each device holds their own masternode, and we are going to sell 500,000 pieces. Since we reached 100,000 plus, we already became 2 months ago the most decentralized blockchain. But we are taking it even to the next level. 500,000 are going to be sold. Right now, it's roughly 150,000, 140, 145,000 which are sold of these devices. Much more, of course, when it comes to in-house minters, and we go ahead all the way to 500,000. So to give you a side note, we are expecting by latest summer next year, it will be fully sold out. So that means this device itself will do the minting for you, which is one of the core features, of course, of Zeniq and the Zafir business. Key facts, you see hardware wallet, touch display, 2 gigahertz, 6 core processors, blah, blah, blah. That's basically the piece. Carsten, maybe from your side, why it makes sense to own one or probably even 2 of those hubs?
Because it makes you independent. You know, if you have one device which is supported to the fiat world, you can convert your own cryptocurrency into fiat money and transfer it on a regular banking transfer to any other account and vice versa. So either getting money into the world or out of the world becomes much, much, much easier. And you have your own banking branch in your hand. That's one thing. The second thing is the cold storage facility. I cannot emphasize enough that security and protection of our own assets is a very important thing. We used to have all the assets in other hands, in banks, insurance companies, and so on. And now it's time to take responsibility back to us and to keep the safest possible place we can get to manage our asset. And this cold storage device in this hybrid product, you can say, it's a perfect place. These are the 2 main things. I would say you should have 1 or maybe even 2. 2 because of, okay, maybe you don't want to bring any crypto asset you have into the old banking world, fiat world, just a little bit to pay some rent or whatever. And any other remainings would like to be stored as well in a similar device, but not verified by KYC. That's why it might be a good idea to have 2 devices. And you are part of the blockchain. You are part of the exchange which is coming. You are part of the decentralized wallet. You are the co-owner, you can say, and that makes it very special.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for explaining this way, because when they said most people are buying 2, I said, for what reason I need 2? But that makes perfectly sense due to the KYC I need to do when I want to go out in the traditional world by using my IBAN number. But if I want to keep only me having an eye on my assets, I will not do a KYC. So that's why 2 devices could make sense. Giving you some other overviews only in Dubai, and we have several offices, of course, plus our high security facilities where all the in-house minting is happening. Only in Dubai, 25 high-level employees. Employees is the wrong word. Let's call it management. Another 50 developers are globally working for the company. The growth is out of this world. And I will talk about the growth on Sunday itself on the upcoming webinar. We have the partnership with His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Al Maktoum. We have the partnership with the coolest bank you can find here in the UAE, which is the UCS Bank, which is totally open for the crypto space. So it's a perfect partnership. And of course with Safir, who is taking the responsibility to bringing this into the world. And especially talking about the UAE, and I'm not sure if I have this picture in, let me just see, yes, I have it. When one of the local guys here were talking about why Zeniq is the chosen company to not only do what they do, but also to help to make Dubai's/the UAE goals to become the first choice when it comes to digital economy, when it comes to the goal of bringing everything to the blockchain, and when it comes to all the futuristic approaches from Dubai to become basically the main role player for the 4th industrial revolution. The number 3 was Silicon Valley, everything about chips, everything about computer chips. Now we're talking about blockchain, and here UAE will take over the leading position, and here Zeniq as a partner is nothing better could happen to us. Okay, so then, like I said, this is a slide which is not here in the wrap-up. By the way, everything you see here plus much more I will give you as a handout by the end of this webinar, which you can download directly from the webinar system. So you have from each topic more slides, which we had to cut for tonight just to make the webinar not going forever. So here you see government institutions from the UAE who are strategic partners. And like said yesterday when being in the office, I couldn't real idea what's happening behind the scene. And this is nothing but outstanding. Okay, next breakthrough. Just to give you an idea for those who are brand new to this industry. Normally, you only have a white paper when you do an ICO, when you are pre-selling your token to a certain project, to a certain topic which you have chosen to bring value to the blockchain industry. After it is live, there's no need anymore for a white paper. So that means there is no white paper needed for us. but we take it also here to the next level. So there are 2 white papers in preparation in a way never seen before. One all about the tokenization and the one about Zeniq in general, about the hub, about all we are doing. And it is really literally a handbook. It's a really completely description of what we are doing, and it is fully made. It's now under review at the Big Four. The Big Four are those audit companies such as Ernst & Young, Deloitte, KPMG, and I think Price Waterhouse is number 4. This is happening now. The first one will be going live within November itself. The other one, even being ready, will go out few weeks, few months later for one reason only, to not share too early our secrets, which will be fully in there because we are talking about open source technique and approach to make other projects able to program and to deliver using our blockchain. So we are waiting for 1 million+ community users, and to give you the number here, as of now, we are roughly 350,000. We are expecting 1 million by end of this year, probably 1.5 million. It is so fast going. That means most probably first quarter next year, latest May, June, we will completely reveal and release everything which is done, which is working since 1.5 years to the public first time. Then let's talk about all the other exciting things, the app, the coin listing, the physical hub itself, the virtual IBAN as well, the debit card. And due to the fact on this weekend itself, the company announced to be now listed also at PancakeSwap. And let me explain this. You know, people are buying the hardware, buying an in-house or the physical hub. This does minting for you for the next roughly 16, 17, 18 years. That's cool. And the moment our exchange will go live next year, then you are able to trade and sell and buy with the speed of light with just 1 cent transaction costs. But we have people who just have to make sure to be able to encash the coins being minted in the past today. So how to solve this issue? This issue got solved by wrapping our native token to make it readable for Uniswap, which is a DEX using the Ethereum blockchain, and since 2 weeks ago in PancakeSwap, which is a DEX using the Binance Smart Chain, having certain benefits, which also means that the price over there is much higher than in Uniswap. That also gives the company the chance to get now listed in Crypto Compare, the oldest, let's say, a monitoring system to give you the market caps and the prices, and next step, coin market cap as well. That's also making things much easier and to get the awareness much faster into the world. And same time, it offers each and every one from you the opportunity to cash out, to send the wrapped token to one of the 2 DEX and to sell it and to trade it or to swap it basically into whatever you want. Okay. Now let's talk about coin versus token, which is basically everything which is belonging to your blockchain is a so-called coin. And everything which needs a blockchain to become alive is a token. Carsten, can I put it like this, or can you explain it in a more professional manner? You are still muted, Habibi.
Yeah, now okay. Now it's a microphone. No, it's almost nicely explained. The coin is a native coin representing the blockchain. Like example, Ethereum, they have also a native coin, which is the Ethereum coin. And any other project attached to them are ERC20 based tokens. Same like here, we have a token attached to the blockchain for all these tokenization projects. And for the specific case, Uniswap and PancakeSwap, they made this conversion to make it tradable, as you beautifully explained. Yes, that was well done.
Thank you so much. Maybe you can give an idea to Jody. I would say it's like an iPad, a little bit more heavier than an iPad due to the processor being behind. I'm a nomad. Okay, Jody. Carsten will write you something. Thanks, Carsten. So we have the Zeniq coin at the Zeniq blockchain, which is live since 1.5 years, but you cannot see it, even though there are projects already on it, which we will see during this presentation. But for us, we need to wait to the launch of the Zeniq exchange happening first quarter, latest second quarter next year, only because of having a certain number of projects on it, plus community size before we make it open source and public. And on top, we put the Zeniq token, the wrapped version of the coin, to the Ethereum blockchain. And now you see the coin listing on the next exchange, which happened 2 weeks ago, to bring another wrapped token to the Binance Smart Chain, which is cheaper, faster, and that's why also the price over there is already by roughly $1.80. That's quite nice. So you can find on Zeniq, on PancakeSwap now also the Zeniq wrapped token. Like you see here, it was $1.07. Now we are at $1.80, I believe. I will post, if you remind me at the end, the link where you can check the price of the token anytime. Talking about the debit card, that was also a nice announcement, because as you might know, the planning was to have it within this quarter itself. And the planning was to have a partnership, a co-branding card with a big bank and card issuer. The card gets branded on Zeniq, and with the tech behind, it would be able for the customers to use crypto in your day-to-day life, which means you do online and offline purchases, you can go to an ATM machine, everything like that. But because of the success, because of the incredible growing of everything behind, the company decided we will not do this kind of co-branding. We will make it directly. So that means probably the card get launched only within the first quarter next year. But being yesterday in the office, there's still a chance that even this will go faster and we can keep the timeline. Nevertheless, that will be the biggest solution ever seen in the crypto space, as there is no third party involved. It's directly the Zeniq card. You can upload your Zeniq coins as well, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and whatever you are holding, in order to use it in your day-to-day life. Then let's talk about what is the hub able to do when you get it, as well what are the next developments, which are all coming over the air. Means the updates, like in your iPhone or Android phone, will just come over the internet. So first of all, it has the full node in the background running, which means it does mint your coins, same as the in-house hubs. It will always display in real time the current balance you have, because it is a master node. There's nothing in between. It shows you in real time what's happening. It displays you directly at the front end what is minted, how fast it is minted, when your block is closed, and stuff like that. Your minting ID, of course, you have your network settings. You can use it just by Wi-Fi, or you connect it via Ethernet cable directly to your router. You have a screensaver, which makes it nice and convenient to even put it, for example, in a bookshelf, and it have nice pictures behind, or a watch running, whatever you like. And all the updates are coming over the air, so you never have to bring it back. You never have to replace it by a new device. There will be new devices coming next year. Stay tuned for that. So the product in Sapphire will get extended, but there's no need compared to mining, where you have to update your graphic cards and your processor power from time to time to be only able to mine Bitcoins. That is not the case here when we are talking about minting. The roadmap, what you can expect once you get your device. Next step will be the dark mode, to make it much more nicer and cooler, let's put it this way. You will have your Euro wallet there, which means the device will also get equipped with a Euro coin full node, which are running in the background. It will be paired with your Zeniq app. The Zeniq app available today in the Google Play Store, and we are expecting every day the launch at the iOS Apple Store. And you can pair it, which brings you certain advantages I'm addressing in a little while. You have your address book, a contact management, you get notifications. You will mint your coins, but due to the pairing, you are able to have the minted coins directly on your mobile phone, on your Zeniq app / Zeniq wallet. You have your crypto wallet for all the other coins and tokens. Like Carsten said, the most securest hardware wallet you can find. You can swap directly on the device. Swap means you exchange Zeniq against Ethereum, against Euro, against dollar, against Litecoin, whatever you want. I still have no clue what the coin mixer is. You have the third factor authentication, which means the device will also play an important role when it comes to double and triple check that you are the one using it. Okay, you have your possibility to do the KYC over the hub. You have the backups in place. You, of course, are the only one holding the private keys. And then as an on-demand feature, you can connect your wallet. You have escrow functionality in place, and you can make a multi-hub coin locking and so much more to come. Talking about the app, like I said, it is out for Android. It will go out for Apple in every single day. Yesterday, when I was in the office, I saw the feedback from Apple, and if you see this this picture on the right-hand side, they have complained that the euro symbol on top is too close to the numbers. So they had to resubmit the app, having a more millimeters besides the logo and the euro sign. That's how Apple is working. Still, I love the guys over there. So every day, let's say 100% during November, it will be in place, and it needs to be in place, and that you will understand when we are talking about Sapphire updates. Okay, so the app will, in the next step, pair with your hub. So it will be connected to each other, which means it is mirrored, and you see on the app when you are traveling exactly what's happening at home at your minting hub and vice versa. You have, like I said, the authentication system, which is like another layer to make sure you are the owner. So if your mobile phone is not giving the access and the confirmation, the hub will not do, and the other way around. Like I said, the exchange of coins right in the app, same like with the hub, you can do the same on your wallet, on your app. The staking feature, which is nothing but miraculous, not only to get staking as a product within the month of December, but doing it on the app and doing it in a way never seen before. And here, listen to Carsten soon when we are talking about the same, out of this world. And only this point should make you being so active, building your community, building your customer base, because each and every staking happen outside Sapphire, still you will earn on it. Direct minting, like I said, from the hub, that means the coins doesn't have to be sent by a transaction, even though it is just a send to your wallet on your mobile phone. You can decide to get the results right in your wallet to, for example, purchase day-to-day products, which I'm going to show you in a little while. Another announcement then, and like I said, what I'm going to hand over to you as a handout will give you even more slides to each topic, and you can download it in a little while. We have got announced that the first DEX from Zeniq, a DEX is a decentralized exchange, will launch this year itself. It says coming soon. Yesterday I got the feedback that it will launch 100% this year. This is a Zeniq swap. That means we don't need Uniswap anymore. We don't need PancakeSwap anymore. We can do it in-house with our own exchange, and that makes things so much more easy and fast and convenient. Now, main topic of the day, tokenization, NFTs. What does it mean? What is the opportunity for each kind of third parties, as well for us being a coin holder, a minter, or even a promoter at Sapphire? What are the processes? What are the timelines? First of all, they give us an overview what really means tokenization, and I will make it quite short here. It is basically to digitalize everything you can imagine. It's ownership, it's even usage time, it is all kind of equities, all kind of services. It is basically everything possible. There is no limit when it comes to this stuff. You can tokenize everything which is physical, but also everything which is non-physical. It's also important to think of. And what's going to happen in the office when I've been there yesterday, they are getting every day approached from more or less each kind of project, existing ones, planned ones, to make use of the tokenization feature of Zeniq. So tokenization does happen usually either with so-called FTs, those fungible token, which is basically this kind of tokens you all know, So if you own 1 Ethereum and you send it to Carsten, Carsten will get 1 Ethereum, but not exactly this Ethereum you owned. An NFT means it is an asset, it's a token defining exactly a certain piece. This tree I just sold to Carsten. This brick of a huge building I just sold to Carsten. This painting, this artwork I was selling to Carsten. That means an NFT is clearly defining a certain asset, not just a general asset. You can, you need to have the liquidity, or you will get liquidity by tokenize something, either because you need the funds to make your projects becoming alive, or you already have something. And let me just quote something I heard yesterday when we were asking, is there anything in place in regards to tokenization here from UAE or probably from Dubai itself? And they said, yes. And I was asking, so what are you doing? Are you tokenizing the Burj Khalifa and a building which is still exists, which already exists, but probably to make 20% getting liquidity on it, to do something and to give the user the chance to earn now on the token, on the value this biggest and largest building in the world is producing by rental profits and stuff like that? And the answer was maybe even cooler. So I don't know what's going to happen, but trust me, I was excited. It's super flexible in the usage. It makes it very easy to access for everyone and everywhere, because you can bring it down to 1 cent. You can have really little shares of a certain asset available for people also in third world countries who are anyway now taking over everything, because they have to use crypto, they have to use blockchain, because they are most of the time completely out of the traditional banking system. Now they are the rulers. Because if you see, even in Safia, #1 country is Nigeria. And that's something I tell you, it counts for India as well. They will lead the field. And I like it, to be honest. It's, of course, security giving, super transparency giving, because every tokenized project has a clear supply. There is no chance to say, oh, now we put 100 million more tokens to the market, like our traditional world is doing more or less every day. Printing money, that we call inflation. You don't have it in the crypto space. And of course, it's a great investment opportunity for people. And using the Zeniq blockchain compared to others means more flexibility for this third party, more transparency, more security. The transaction costs are next to nothing compared to, like, as of now, if you try to do a Uniswap transaction, it's right now $150 to $190 per transaction on Ethereum. It's much faster, it's more efficient, and it can be used all over the globe. And that all means it is nothing but a game changer. And what they are now building, they have created committees all around the globe for the different asset topics. Environmental things, real estate, commodities, gold, diamond, art, sport, everything. So that means they are now in a process to make the onboarding for those possible tokenization projects much easier and much standardized, if you know what I mean. Digitize the word. That's the goal of Zeniq, to trade assets just as affordably, secure, and quickly over the internet as information is exchanged. So it's all about speed, and that is where Zeniq sees themselves being the ruler, the game changer, the #1 in that art. And even I took out so many slides, few more about this way and the roadmap behind. So what you need is, you need the smart contracts, which will be set up by Zeniq. You need a certain blockchain, which is of course a Zeniq blockchain, and you need the fractionalization. So that means, what is the number of coins in regards to the overall supply, saying the overall investment volume, and that will at the end bring a token which can be sent to a wallet of each and every customer out there. And what you can tokenize, it's everything, like said many times: stocks, bonds, real estate, art, all kind of physical assets, currencies even. You can tokenize brands, patents, sustainable assets, public services. It's everything you can think of. This is an example of Christie's. They sold recently one art for $69 million. This is an NFT happening there, where people exactly own a certain piece of art. And that's one of the use cases, which also is one of those Zeniq is bringing forward, which was shown here on Burj Khalifa event a couple of weeks ago. And here you see also where the World Economic Forum saying $24 trillion market by 2027 and how it is divided. So you see, of course, the main piece with everything in regards to the financial world, but also commodities all the way to hospitality and tourism. So to get an idea of what is interesting to tokenize. And the opportunity for Zeniq itself is to have the technology in place in a way that we are attracting most of the companies. They will not look left and right because of the advantages coming along with Zeniq. That means we attract capital and investors big time, and this at the end of the day attract talent. And I was using the quote of my good friend Steve Jobs, the ex-CEO of Apple, and maybe you have heard about it, when he was talking to the CEO of Pepsi Cola, and he wanted to have this guy joining Apple. And he said, Habibi, what do you want? Do you want to sell all your life sugar water, or do you want to change the world along with me? And that's exactly to the point what Zeniq is doing. By having this in place, the best talents, programmers, architects, you will get to your company. The process itself, when we have a tokenization project in place which fulfills a certain filters and the how can I say, to make the due diligence and everything behind to see, okay, this is something the community will just love to have on place. So you have different assets. Then it will be going into the verification step. Who is really the owner of it? It's very important, okay? Then it will be the point to transfer this to the blockchain itself. It gets a valuation to see, okay, how much is one token on day one compared to the supply, compared to the value of the asset, and then the offering starts of this brand new tokenized asset. And that's the timeline to make after we have our first projects in place, seeing that so many are approaching us, how to make it standardized, how to make it a clear portal, which is going to be launched in a few months only, which gives all kind of third parties who wants to tokenize whatever it is, a clear picture, a fulfillment form in order to come to the final stage. So in July this year itself, this committee gets established. The white paper, like told you, was prepared between July and September, which is now verification at the Big Four since October, and this is done. The business plan development happened between October and November this year itself. And the sandbox, and here, Carsten, you can imagine I have to give back to you because I still don't get the idea of the sandbox. I only remember sandboxes when I was a kid. But give me again, what is the regulatory sandbox? Up to you.
Yeah, the sandbox is the sandbox. You module something first time, a prototype process. You make a blueprint of something which you had imagined that time in your mind when you were sitting in the village sandbox. And the sandbox is that kind of environment where the government, together with the Zeniq research and development company, are making the blueprint for tokenization, making the final details, the touch-ups, the final legal approach, the regulation. Everything must be perfect. Security is a big issue to make it unmanipulatable. That is a kind of a sandbox thing, to make the prototype, make a test run. And that's what's happening now with the next 5 projects. And after this first project, they come to conclusion, what is the final process, and will be scaled out globally. So the sandbox is a testing environment.
All right, blueprint. Now I remember that word you used in the German webinar as well. I forgot, sorry. Yeah, perfect. That's the point. That's a rollout plan. And this is not too much for us being most probably Sapphire partners, but important to know what's happening behind the scenes. Then they make the next big announcement, such as the Binance Smart Chain, also another blockchain, smart chain basically, will come soon, Zeniq, which is of course needed. because to onboard now those tokenization projects, we need such a smart chain, and this will go live soon as well. Now, let's talk about several cooperation partners. And this is what I like about the company. And this is how Carsten and I only get into the picture, because we always look for our mother company, which is an Indian blockchain entity and tech company, to see what are potential partners. And same is Zeniq, to say, let's cooperate with strategic partners at the highest possible level to make the whole ecosystem every day, every week, every month more attractive. And it started with Coinway World, which is an Austria-based company. And everything I'm telling you now is for Austria only. But since it got announced already on the event itself, other very famous influencers from several countries already approached the company to say, hey, we can do the same, we have the same, let's onboard our project as well. This is now for Austria, which you can anyway use perfectly in your approaches to give an idea what is possible in Zeniq, now in Austria, soon at the rest of the world. This Coinway World is basically a loyalty program for your day-to-day needs. For restaurants, for grocery shopping, you have cashback, special deals, 2-for-1 deals. And using the app, you can make advantages being a customer, a family, by using it. Important, of course, you will do this by using cryptocurrencies. So you fill up your car, you do your grocery shopping, your fashion shopping, and you can use this app in Austria, and you can buy using cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it is, and of course, Zeniq as well. So in Austria, we will be able soon, and you will see the launch date in a bit. We will be able, when we are doing traveling there, to visit Vienna, which is a beautiful city and the capital of Austria. You'll be able to use Zeniq for your day-to-day purchases, even including cashback and discounts and more. So it's just a scanning from your app, and that means in the background your cryptos gets exchanged into euro. Another super great feature is that Coinway World is owning most of the ATM machines all over Austria, where people can purchase Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and soon also Zeniq, which gives again much more demand on the market, much more awareness in the market, because people in Austria suddenly see the Zeniq logo, and then you can purchase such a coin where experts are saying this is the next big thing. And when you use the app, you see all the access points where merchants are accepting the app of Coinway World, which basically means they are accepting Zeniq as a payment method. Is that cool or is that cool? Yes, it is cool. We call it Pay with Zeniq, and it will go live within this month itself. And again, this is another milestone showing that this is a valid and legit and truly big project, because to suddenly be part of the family of Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, and the number 4 is Zeniq, I don't have to comment it further on. And the next strategic cooperation which got announced is truly big, because what we see here with tupan.io, and might be, if you are following our Telegram channels, you saw already press releases from South America about the first tokenization project taking care of the Amazonas. I don't know how to pronounce Amazonas in English. Amazons. I think it's Amazons. It's like the e-commerce guy. Anyway, they already are tokenized. They are running on the Wave blockchain, but they decided to make it really big. We need the best blockchain available. So they announced on stage that the first ever and the only SEC regulated digital asset in the USA, which is a Tupan token, will move to Zeniq. So first of all, to get this regulator in place, the SEC, there is nothing in the world more difficult and more strict. And to get the stamp from the SEC is nothing but amazing. So that is the first green DeFi token, which really serves a cause, and at the same time is very much profitable for those owning the Tupan token. Here it is about to really take care of forestry, taking care of the environment. We all know the Amazons is the green lung of the world and needs to be taken care of. And this makes a perfect example on what NFTs are being used for. And what you can see here, that from all the money coming in, 50% are be taken to really give back to Mother Nature, to the environmental, to the bioeconomy, and to the social environment over there. Basically, you can own your piece of land, your couple of trees, your square meter, whatever you like to call it, which is owned by the issuer of the Tupan token, now being traded on the exchange of Zeniq, and same time a beautiful project which shows what tech and blockchain technology can also do very good. We are talking about 3.6 billion DeFi tokens which are in the market, which you can buy as of now, and soon it will be handled on the Zeniq exchange. So going from one exchange coming to us because of all the advantages we tried to explain to you before. And there's another one, and this other one I like to spend a bit more. I had no clue, ladies and gentlemen, about the aviation industry, especially when it comes to business flights, private jets, and how far behind the latest tech these guys are. I'm not flying as many times with a private jet, probably you as well, but it is a huge industry. And again, we have a full project already tokenized, being right now on the Ethereum blockchain, moving to Zeniq, including an out of this world staking benefit and opportunity for each people, for everybody around the globe, but for Sapphire customers with up to twice as much benefit, starting from scratch. Company is called Zeniq, which stands for Aviation Network Operation Chain. And we had the two main owners on stage, and I could only see in the room like open mouth. What? How big is this industry? This is not possible. They don't have anything like Expedia or Booking.com or Trivago. No, not at all. The vision of this company to solve all the serious and obvious structural, processual, and business problems of the aviation industry. And you will understand, the mission is to find this gap and to fill this gap in the market around the globe with a system never seen before, which needs the blockchain technology to be in place. And seeing this Boeing company, Robert J. Rancher quote is saying, blockchain will play a key role in the changing aviation ecosystem. But no one, ladies and gentlemen, took, how can I say, benefit of this situation. And it is really basically just logical to use blockchain for everything related to aviation industry, because no matter if we are talking about a loyalty program such as Miles and More, talking about the aircraft, the airports, and the airlines itself, talking about the ticketing system and everything related to it, the identity and security to make sure everything is in place from the, let's say, KYC of the business traveler. The blockchain will solve this like nothing before. And the problem here, as of now, is the speed. He was showing us examples of making a private jet booking, which takes you literally 2 days plus. And having the blockchain technology in place, it means it offers both for the people, for the industry, as well for the passengers to make it just in a minutes of time. And then they announced this project, which I believe, which all the people in the room believe, will really be the next big thing, because it's reality. It's nothing like a big vision where you have to see, will it work, will it not work? No, everything is in place. The pilots, the 100,000 of private jets, the airports, and the customers, everything is in place. But there is no blockchain solution. So they made their project live on Ethereum blockchain. They came along with Zeniq. They understood the power of Zeniq. So they announced as well on stage that Zeniq is migrating to the Zeniq blockchain, which is quite cool. And this means, and the reason for the company to do so is quite easy. The low fees, the absolutely great scalability, and the compatibility still with Ethereum stays in place. And this all means it's a maximum speed for them to grow super fast. And here we are talking about airlines as well, charter flights. We are talking about business aviation and private aviation. And here we are talking, ladies and gentlemen, about the market I had no clue. Look at this, the turnover. And I just want you to focus on the left lower number. The turnover, the volume of airline and business aviation is $890 billion annually, represented by 350,000 aircraft. So it's a huge industry. And let's have two more quotes in place. The first one from the Lufthansa guy saying nearly half of business jet owners do expect an Uber style model in the next 3 years. What does it mean? I want to have my app. I want to be able to say, okay, I need to go from Dubai to Qatar next year to see the crazy world championship over there in the desert. And I want to see when is the next plane or the next opportunity for me available. Same for the pilot and the private jet itself to see, okay, doing this, I have 1, 2, 3 hours later from there, another passenger wants to go from there probably to Delhi, India. This is not existing, but everybody is expecting it. And here you see the solution. And Bernhard Fregner, the CEO and founder of Globe Air, is saying we are at least 15 years behind technology in business aviation management. And here we are. There is no digital solution such as Uber in business aviation to directly, easily book a business or even a cargo flight like Booking.com or else are doing for the private holiday industry. And Zeniq is solving this essential problem. They developed a revolutionary digital product, which is called Evo. Evo is fully powered by blockchain technology and is your Booking.com for all business flights. And due to the problem in this industry that so many flights are coming back empty because nobody has a clue that right now there is a private jet available in Düsseldorf, which I need to go to Munich, for example. There is no information out in the market. That means somebody who just flew to Düsseldorf makes this pilot to go back to his home airport empty. And to have this in place, being the first one, is again nothing but a game changer. And as said, normally it takes from your wish to book a private jet flight from days using all the operators, social media, email, back and forward, phone calls. It goes down to minutes by using evo.com. And that means it is only a mouse click away going from London to Dubai, for example. That means the first all-in-one marketplace is alive for searching, for booking, for managing, and of course, for paying using crypto or fiat in regards to private jet flights. And they are not that expensive if you compare it with a business class flight. And because most of you are anyway in the crypto space, probably Safir partners, you will be in the future anyway, more or less taking your family by private jets around the globe. So you have a perfect interface called Evo, connecting the customer, the broker, and the operator. So everything works hand in hand. This is how the interface will look like. So you have an exact overview on where, when is something available for me. Like I said, similar to Booking.com, of course, available on your mobile phone as well. And the loyalty program in place makes you able to not only invest / buying those Avenok token, which you can do today, still on the Ethereum blockchain using Uniswap, which is quite expensive. The token price is roughly 5 cents as of now. The process of getting over to the Zeniq blockchain is now taking place. But owning those tokens could be a good idea, because not only the chance of having a token who is going through the roof, you also can use your token to pay for your private jet flights, for upgrades and stuff like that. So it's an all-in-all solution, which is completely managed now in Zeniq. Here you see again, this is the goal of the company, to get 25% of the market, which is roughly $1 billion. That is at the same time available in token. 0.2%. That's what they want to get. And here we are very well on the way. And when we are talking about Sapphire in the next few moments, you will see what else is in for us. And here I think we have much more time than in the German-speaking webinar, Carsten. And while I am now handing you over the first set of slides in regards to the Zeniq updates, I will hand over to you for a quick summarize. Maybe your, how can I say, what is your feeling about the whole project? No, now only talking about Zeniq, and then we are directly starting over with Sapphire. Back to you, Carsten, and all the others will see now the download opportunity.
Thank you very much. What I think about the Zeniq project, it's hard to imagine how big this project will be. We hardly see the tip of the iceberg, and this Zeniq is just one example of so many projects to come on which we can participate in the staking, which will be explained a little bit later in the Sapphire part. It is so huge. It is being part of a blockchain, it's being part of an exchange, it's being part of the infrastructure, getting paid, getting dividend received because we own our own minted coins. This is such a huge thing, and it's very difficult to explain it in a way in one session of this short time that you really get the idea. So it will take some while, and please keep repeating, visiting these webinars, and keep digging into it. And each time which we are offering, we'll get to understand how huge this empire will be very, very soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. The file is sent out to you. Let me now say farewell to all the ones listening to the recording.